Hi everyone, this is Varun Bhagath, the founder of 𝗚𝗶𝗶𝗍, and I'm happy to showcase to you a demo of the working of the web app of 𝗚𝗶𝗍 English Vocab Magnet. So what you see is the home screen where you would actually see the curated list of words and phrases acquired on this page. Right? So I was just watching a video on YouTube of 𝗚𝗏𝗍𝗏 Tharoor using idioms, and these are some of the idioms which have been captured under phrases acquired. All right, let's follow the same the cursor on each of these to show as to how that phrase has been used in the source video. All right, so that is done. You can click on it. You can also check out what the meaning of that phrase is, or the word is. So if you notice over here, the meaning is in English. Okay, so for those users who use English as a second language and who are more comfortable in their native tongue, right, I will suggest a solution for you wherein the meaning is also shown in your native language of choice. All right, so before we get down to that, let's, for the sake of this demo video, select some important idioms that I would like to practice. I will add to 𝗚𝗏𝗍. Now, what happens when I add to 𝗚𝗏𝗍 is that it goes into my learning. Okay, so my learning is where all those words and phrases, which you want to practice further, which you want to be assessed on, get listed out. And if you've seen the last two videos that were made demoing the usage of the browser extension on online articles as well as on, say, videos with English subtitles, you will understand the importance of this particular page. All right, so here you can see the pronunciation assistance. You can click on this and know how it's pronounced, right? You also have this very important feature which is Save My Learning. So if you click Save My Learning and press Google Drive, it seeks your permission to create a new Google Doc with all the words and phrases that you have actually selected on that particular day. Okay, so I select the account on which the Google Doc has to be created in Google Drive. It is saving, and now it shows that it's successfully saved in Google Docs. All right, so I will open Google Docs later, but just to show you that this is how it works out. You also see social share icons, right? So you can use these to showcase your learning within your friends and family network. Okay, so say for instance, how would you use Pandora's box, right? You can create an Instagram reel on it. Okay, so all this would work better on a mobile device. You can create a post by having a hashtag on 𝗚𝗏𝗍, or you can tag the 𝗚𝗏𝗍 social media handle so that we can also promote that and increase the likes for you. Okay, so the reason why we have this is for you to create a social proof, right? Today you might come across this word, you will know the meaning, you will also read the contextual usage. Okay, but the challenge is whether you are able to retain it for a long period of time. And that can come about only through two ways. One is by creating a social proof so that it is always referenced. Once any friend or family member comments on it or likes it, right, it reinforces how you have used that particular word or phrase. Right, and moving on, you can also, other than a video, you can also create a text-based post as well. Okay, so that is the purpose of my learning tab. If I can open the Google Doc to show you, it was already covered in the last two demo videos. So here you see. So for the entire day, we've seen two videos, we've seen. We've in fact gone through 4 articles, and this is what has been captured as part of my learning. Okay, so that is what is there. It's saved date wise. Okay, and you get to see chip on your shoulder, Pandora's box, wrestling with a pig in the mud, what I've selected. Besides that, all those words and phrases which were earlier amassed during the course of the day. Right, so this forms your learning. Add to it the social share, and you are well on course. Okay, so that being done, let's move on to this particular page called My Performance. Now this is where things get quantified. Okay, you get to see under My Word Power section how many words and phrases you have acquired. These numbers which you see. The central number is for the month. When I say the month, it is the calendar month. So as on 26th of July, okay, for the whole month of July, 26 days, I have acquired 167 words, 128 phrases. Okay, and today the score reads as 12 for words and 8 for phrases. Okay, because today I'm recording this on a Sunday. Okay, so Sunday marks the start of a new week. So that's the reason why it shows this week as 12. Now tomorrow, if you say acquire 20 words and 20 phrases, the number in this week will show as 32, that is 12 plus 20, and the number under phrases acquired will show as 28, that is 8 plus 20. All right. It'll also show you how many words and phrases you have mastered. Now, for words and phrases to be mastered, you have to take part in these test your verbal skills section. Okay, so there are a set of assessments, which is a combination of multiple choice questions as well as speech and writing based inputs. I will definitely take you through that. But before that, let me also show you how many videos have you watched. So we've watched 2 videos today. We've read 4 articles today, right? So keep a track of this. And these are all the monthly figures, 28 videos for the month, 35 articles for the month. There are also manual entries. Okay, I will cover that for sure as part of this demo. And the last part is the My Performance section, wherein it shows your performance during the assessments. Okay, so here I've taken part in 33 assessments. My average score across 33 assessments is 91%. Here it gives me an idea of what my scores are of the last 5 tests that I've taken. And the gap is a very interesting metric. Okay, it shows you what is the gap between the words and phrases that I've acquired and the words and phrases I have mastered. Okay, so if it shows that I have 64 to go, it means that I still need to take a test or be assessed on 64 words and phrases that have been already added to 𝗚𝗏𝗀. Right, so this is a best way in which you can quantify your learning outcomes, and especially your reading outcomes, okay, from the online articles that you've read as well as the videos whose subtitles you have read. Okay, so that is this page. That's what it covers. Now moving on to the My Profile page. Now this is where you get to see your profile photo, which is taken from your Google credentials. You are also given a unique user ID. You have your current subscription plan, which is mentioned over here. You have your billing history. So if you've paid for a subscription plan, that gets covered over here. Now, this is the most important feature to showcase transparency. Okay, so when you take a subscription plan, please understand that this is a credit usage based plan. Okay, so there are certain AI tokens. So as and when they are used, you can get to see how many get used. You have certain credits per plan. Okay, so this being the starter plan, there are 10,000 credits. Now I have used nearly 5,000 and odd credits. Okay, so if you do the math, what remains is 4,349. So I've used 57% of my credits till date, and they expire as on the end of the month, that is 30th of July. So you have a period of 30 days to be using the subscription plan of 𝗚𝗏𝗀 English Vocab Magnet. You can turn the push notifications on and off. Okay, so let's do that. If you don't want to see push notifications, you can switch it off. There's also this feature which I had referred to, where if you want to see the meanings of the word or the phrase that you've added to 𝗚𝗏𝗀, you can turn this on. You can choose your native language. Okay, so I have chosen it as Tamil. I can select my proficiency level. I can update my details. Right, so this is what the profile page, would be. It'll be good if you can provide some of your other details so that we can manage our communication with you accordingly. All right, so this is the profile page. Now let's jump into the test verbal skills segment. Okay, so these other two verbal skills tests, were generated as of 24th July. Today is 26th. Okay, so for the sake of demos that were conducted today, the links of which are there as part of you, we'll get to see, hey, what did you just notice right now? We've actually seen a new test being created. Okay, so please understand that over here, for any test to be created, you need to save at least 15 words and phrases. Okay, 15 words and phrases need to be added to 𝗚𝗏𝗀, right? Oh my God, there's more. See, it's because of all the words and phrases that we've acquired today. New skills tests are being generated. So let's try and see how this works. Okay, so let's just take test number 4. So I click on Start Test, and the verbal skills assessment starts. So we have two types of questions. One is in the form of multiple choice questions, MCQs, like this. Okay, so let's start answering this. Which word best describes a person whose smile suggests a dishonest or manipulative intention? It's pretty obvious. I think it is someone conniving. I click on the option which I think is right and submit the answer. That's correct. Okay, so we get the meaning again along with how it was used in the source. Move on. Imagine a character in a book whose presence brings hope and inspiration to everyone around him. Describe such a character explicitly using the word luminous in your response. Okay, so these are the speech cum writing input based questions. All right, so this is in fact the true test of your ability to contextually use a word or phrase. So let's test this out. I will type it for now. I will even record an answer for another question that may come across. He was such a luminous personality that he could inspire anyone. So I've submitted the response and I've got the feedback on it. So the beauty about the feedback over here is that it enables us to make an improvement on our input. Okay, so instead of saying this, we could have in fact said his luminous personality radiated hope, inspiring everyone he met with his profound wisdom and unwavering optimism. Now, the fact is that can we add this to my learning? So it's saved to my learning. Yeah, so you can check this out. So it's there, right? So we've covered two different types of questions, MCQs as well as our speech and writing input based, wherein it's only the writing input which I've covered. Let's go back to the test. So unfortunately, we have to start from the beginning again. So he was a luminous personality who could inspire optimism in people. Okay, so it's answered correctly. Let's move on. Another MCQ that comes our way. Fill in the blank. After failing the exam, he walked around with a dash, ready to argue with anyone who spoke to him. He walked around with a heavy heart because he's failed his exam, with a chip on his shoulder, a clear conscience. I don't think there's a clear conscience. I don't think even a good mood would be the right answer. It's a choice between a heavy heart and a chip on his shoulder. Could it be a chip on his shoulder? It could also be a heavy heart. All right, so let's, because if we happen to remember, we came across chip on his shoulder in one of the articles that we read. So voila, that's the correct answer. So a chip on your shoulder means a person who is easily offended, angry, and always ready to fight. Okay, so that is what it is. That's how it was used in the source. Okay, but the meaning is feeling resentful, easily offended, or ready for an argument or fight. Now it's a very close call. It could have been a heavy heart as well, but given the fact that it was a chip on his shoulder that was in fact saved to my learning, that's the reason why it's been generated. Okay, now let's look at a speech input based question, and let's record an answer this time to see how it goes. So describe a situation where you had to comfort a group of people who were very worried about something. How did you try to reduce or calm their anxieties? So I press record answer. I allayed their fears by reassuring them that the company would take the necessary action. Okay, so quite clearly, the recorded input is not captured correctly. So let's say I will allay their fears by reassuring them that the company would take the necessary action. I press submit the answer. It's evaluating. It'll take some time. What's wrong? What's wrong with this? The phrase should be allay. Okay. That was an oversight at my end. Fine. So let's move on. This was wrong. Move on to another MCQ. Which adjective best describes a movie plot that is overly sentimental and predictable? Not compelling, not sophisticated, not innovative. It's got to be corny. Right. Let's check this question, which is a speech come writing input based question. Think of an environment or situation that felt severely burdensome or uncomfortable. Describe it explicitly using the word oppressive in your explanation. To be in that scenario was quite an oppressive experience. Let's see whether this is correct or not. So I've scored well, but there is a saying over here, a recommendation in the Mastery Insight card, that to make it more impactful in my communication, I could have said that the cramped, windowless room and the suffocating silence created an oppressive environment. Okay, so that's more descriptive, right? So it can be added to my learning. But let's not go back, or else we'll have to repeat the entire assessment again. Okay, so we've finished 6 out of 10. We have 4 more to go. Outdated law was dashed by the government, rendering it as invalid. Outdated law was, okay, because it's rendered as invalid, Okay, it's something which would have been taken back or nullified. Remember the word abrogated that we came across in one of the articles that we read. Okay, so abrogated would have been the option, according to me, the correct answer. Let's check that out. Yes, it's correct. So one thing that you notice is that these MCQs, they test your lexical knowledge. Okay, it's not really contextual per se. Okay, but it's still, lexical by nature. The lexical skill is tested. Whereas in the speech writing input based questions, right, your usage, right, how do you use it to match the given context? That is what is tested. Okay, so let's test this out. This question number 8. Consider a group of friends with very different inherent characters traits. Describe how their varying dispositions might lead to interesting interactions or challenges within the group. Every member has got very unique dispositions. This might create a lot of challenges for me as a group leader. I stop the recording and I submit the answer. So it said that my usage is correct, and there is a suggestion as to how I could have made this more impactful. Okay, so I can choose to add it to my learning, but in the interest of time, let's check out the last two questions. An MCQ. Awesome. Opening up old legal cases could be like opening dash. Unleashing unforeseen problems. Didn't we come across Pandora's box? Yes. So that is correct. Now what's important over here is that even amongst the wrong answers, okay, you can choose to select some of this to add to my learning. Okay, wherein the meaning of word or phrase, right, that gets captured along with potentially a usage in a sentence example. And the last MCQ, the brief dash between two main acts provided a welcome break for the audience. So remember, there was a word which meant an interval or a phase of time between two important events, and that's an interlude. So I click on interlude and I submit the answer and it's correct. Okay, so that I finished the test and I get to see, hey, your score for this assessment, 19.3 out of 20, that's I've scored 97%. I've scored 100% in my multiple choice questions, and I've scored 91% for speech and writing input based questions. So these are the words that I have mastered, and what you see on the right are the phrases that I've mastered. Right? I can choose to share this with my friends on WhatsApp or on any of the other social media channels. Let's take x.com. So what happens when I click on x.com is that at the background, the screenshot of the final result page that gets captured and downloaded for you. There's already this message that you can see, which can be shared, right? And if you are interested, you can also attach ideally it should have, but okay, fine. So it's given a link instead, okay, to mr.com. What you can do, however, is so because we've revisited this, it's created a download. And there you see, right? So that gets attached to your post on x.com and you can post it. Okay, so I've covered how a web app works as part of this demo. I really hope that this is helpful for you. I've given you the links of the last two video demos of how the browser extension works. You can check them out, and let me have your feedback as to how Mr. English Vocab Magnet is proving to be helpful to you. All the very best, and look forward to your valuable feedback to help improve the product, and in the process make it benefit a lot of people who wish to improve their communication skills in English through vocabulary expansion. Thanks for your time and take care.